There are actually two teams I want to talk about in this segment. We'll talk about the Dolphins and the Redskins. But first, I want to kind of set the stage and explain the situation for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins have two quarterbacks right now. They have Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's 36 years old. He will be 37 in November. He's been in the NFL for 14 years. He's been on 7 different teams. He is an NFL veteran. He's been around the league for a long time. That's one quarterback. The other quarterback that the Dolphins have is Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen is entering his second season in the NFL. He's got an interesting past. Last year, he was drafted 10th overall by the Arizona Cardinals, and he struggled. His team was bad. People were questioning whether or not he was any good. I did a film analysis of him. I broke down his play. I thought, he's good. He's got mistakes. They're all fixable. But the Cardinals got a new head coach, and they traded Josh Rosen to the Dolphins. So now the belief in Miami is that, we believe Josh Rosen is our quarterback of the future. Now, here's what's interesting to me. I keep reading articles. There are a lot of articles and reports that are chronicling the Dolphins quarterback battle right now. And they're saying things like, in a discouraged tone, man, Josh Rosen is still behind Ryan Fitzpatrick in the quarterback battle. And it's like there's this tone of like people keep wondering, when is Josh Rosen going to pass Ryan Fitzpatrick and beat him out? And I don't understand everybody's lack of patience. Everybody seems like they're in such a hurry for Josh Rosen to become the starting quarterback in Miami. I don't understand it. Again, I did a film analysis of both quarterbacks. Josh Rosen had a lot to learn last year. He struggled. He's got a ways to go before he's really a top-level franchise quarterback. Now, he had a terrible offensive line, and he had, I think, poor coaching on the offensive side of the ball. But there were still a lot of times for Josh Rosen last year where he was late on throws. He was slow at reading defenses. But all of Josh Rosen's issues as a quarterback, they're fixable. Go watch my video. But the Dolphins need to allow time for their young quarterback to develop. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick, on the other hand, this veteran quarterback, did a film analysis of him as well. He can play. I think the line was he's either the best backup in the NFL or he's one of the, lower end starters. He can play. He's not a terrible quarterback. Now, the fatal flaw for Ryan Fitzpatrick is that he loves to throw the ball up to his wide receivers. He trusts his receivers a lot, and him throwing the ball up for grabs often leads to interceptions. But beside that, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a savvy veteran. He's not terrible. And I think the Dolphins are lucky to have him. The Dolphins should be grateful. If you're a Dolphins fan, go, yeah, I'm glad we have a veteran quarterback who can win some games and isn't terrible. He's not great, but he's good enough for now. This is the point I want to keep restating. I don't understand the big hurry for Josh Rosen to be the starter in Miami. Don't rush it. Ryan Fitzpatrick is good for now. It reminds me of a lot of people. I'm 22 years old, and a lot of people in my age group are like in this giant hurry to get married. I know friends that have been married and divorced already. They got married at 18. By the time they're 22, they're divorced. And people are 18 to 22, they're 20. They're like, we got to hurry. Let's get married as soon as possible. And I've just never, ever understood that mindset. I don't get it. I'll be very candid. I have a girlfriend. I love her very much. My intention is to marry her. I've been with her. She's been in my life for a long, long time. But I'm in no hurry. I am in no hurry to get married. Because I would rather wait a few years and wait until the time is right. I'd rather do it the right way than rush it early on and be not ready and be a mess. I don't understand. I want to graduate college before I get married. I hope to have stable income before I get married. I hope to be a couple years older, a couple years wiser. The years up ahead, I'm going to go through all kinds of stuff, and that's going to make me grow as a person. There is no rush for me to get married, and I don't understand when people that are young, 18 to 22, are in such a hurry to get married. Logically, if you think about it this way, if you plan to be together forever doesn't end. So why not wait if forever is your plans forever anyways, why not wait till you're 25, till you have your life settled, instead of rushing a marriage at 20? It's the same exact thing with these young quarterbacks. If you're planning to be with Josh Rosen for a long time, that's your long-term plan at quarterback. Why are you rushing to start Josh Rosen before he's ready. I just do not understand it. It goes for Josh Rosen. This also goes for Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback of the Washington Redskins. Dwayne Haskins should not start week 1. Josh Rosen should not start week 1. I do not understand the hurry. So the Washington Redskins are a little bit different than the Dolphins. They have 3 quarterbacks. 3! Case Keenum is an established veteran quarterback. He's won before in the NFL. He's not an incredible talent. But again, he's a solid, probably lower-end starting quarterback in the NFL. He won before 2 years ago. Case Keenum took the Minnesota Vikings to the NFC Championship game. He can win. He's not a terrible quarterback. Now, the other quarterback on the roster is Colt McCoy. I admit Colt McCoy is not a great NFL quarterback, but he's a longtime backup. He's a savvy veteran, a solid veteran. There's some merit there. The third quarterback on the Redskins roster is Dwayne Haskins. He's 22 years old. He's from Ohio State. He's 2 months younger than I am. And there is no rush. I believe in him. I believe in Josh Rosen. I believe in Dwayne Haskins. I think both of them are going to develop into very dependable starting franchise quarterbacks in the NFL. I believe in both. I did film analysis of both. I think they have both potential to develop if they're given the right situation and the right amount of patience. But the very worst thing you could do if you're the Dolphins or the Redskins is put them out too early, before they're ready. Why don't you just wait? Wait until they are clearly the best quarterback on your roster. Don't force it. Don't push it. And I think that's what both teams are doing, by the way. But I want the media, the fan bases of these teams to understand there is no hurry. Just let it take the time it needs. Wouldn't you rather do it right than rush it before it's ready? That's the mindset I have with this, and I just don't understand trying to push it any sooner. Why don't you wait till it's very obvious and clear Josh Rosen is far better than Ryan Fitzpatrick? Why don't you wait until it's obvious and Dwayne Haskins is the clear better between Case Keenum and Dwayne Haskins? Why don't you just wait until they're obviously beaten out? And by the way, one more thing. Both Josh Rosen and Dwayne Haskins will be better next year in 2020. This season of 2019 is their first year with a new team. Haskins is a rookie. I consider this really Josh Rosen's rookie year. Last year kind of almost doesn't matter. It's like he's really resetting everything. By this time next year, both quarterbacks, Haskins and Rosen, will be established with their teams. There will be no quarterback battle in camp, and let me tell you, that makes a huge difference. You know, my junior year of high school, I was competing for the starting spot. I won the starting job eventually, but it was a battle all through camp. Going into my senior year, the next year, I had a whole offseason as the guy. I had confidence of the people around me. I had confidence in myself. I had more reps. It matters. So next offseason, my belief is that Josh Rosen and Dwayne Haskins will be the established quarterbacks on their team. Having that whole offseason without a competition, getting more reps, they're more confident in themselves. The people around them are more confident in them. 2020 is the year you should raise your expectations for both Josh Rosen and Dwayne Haskins. Before then, you're just being unrealistic, and it's silly. Let it take the time it needs. Let them learn, grow, develop, and eventually establish themselves as quarterbacks. I cannot understand the hurry. I don't get it at all. People are in such a hurry to force these two quarterbacks into the positions before they're ready. I'm begging you. I think the teams understand this. But the fan bases, Dolphins fans, Redskins fans, take a deep breath. Oh, wow. Wow, we don't need them to play right away because we'd rather wait and do it right. Don't rush a marriage at 18 years old. Wait till your life is established a little more and do it the right way. That's my philosophy. I think there is no hurry for Dwayne Haskins to become the starting quarterback anytime soon. I almost said married. He can get married. I don't really care. His personal life is his personal life. But let's wait till they're fully ready before we make them starting NFL quarterbacks. I just do not understand the rush. Okay. And by the way, if you're married and 18, I wish you the very best. I mean nothing. No offense. I've just seen far too many times people my age get married really young, and it goes really bad very quickly. I know a girl right now who got married to a guy who she knew for 6 months, and she's miserable. She hates him. It's like, why didn't you? Oh, whatever. It's not my problem. Thank God. My name is Zach Schomler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And you may not know, my dream when I graduate college eventually is to do this show as my full-time job. Now, I also want to be very upfront and honest about my plan and what's going on. I recently monetized my YouTube channel. What that means is that some of my videos make money through ad revenue. Now, it's fewer than you think. A lot of my videos get claimed. But in the past, I've received donations through the form of PayPal and Patreon.com. PayPal.me/Zach Schomler, Patreon.com/Zach Schomler. So because I'm making ad revenue, it felt weird to just get donations. I wanted to give something back to the people who support me on Patreon. So now there's a reward. If you support me on Patreon, you can submit questions at the dollar level or above. You just need to give $1 a month. If you do that, you can submit questions to a pool of questions where I look at. I read all the questions on Patreon, and I pick the top couple every episode and read them and answer them on a segment called Ask Zach. Pick the top couple questions and answer them at the end of every single episode. Now, that's for people who want to support me with money. If you have no money to give, I totally understand. I've actually never supported anybody on Patreon. I feel kind of weird about that. I'm a broke college kid myself. I totally understand. But if you believe in me and if you believe in my dream and still want to help me, one thing you can do is help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Guys, thank you so much. I know that was a long spiel. I really appreciate it. And hope you have a great day.